Game on, Group B, ladies and gentlemen. It is happening. Meta Madness. And we continue. Team QuackNiix against Team HasuObs. Off we go. Infernal Shrines, our first map in the best of 3. Again, the quick reminder. Today is the group stage where we determine the seeding, since some of these teams will have to start in the lower bracket, whereas others are starting things off from the winner bracket. And because it is a group stage, we only have best of 3s happening over here. Tomorrow, on the other hand, Saturday and Sunday, best of 5 all the way through. And the special thing about Meta Madness is that every hero is only allowed to be played once, one single time. And that, of course, during the course of a best of 3 or best of 5, puts a lot of strains onto the hero pools of a lot of the players. There's a couple of neat rules around that too. If you watch some of these games, you obviously already know what's happening there. But there's also pre-banned heroes the community could vote for. So the whole idea of this is really to just push players a bit out of their comfort zone, make them play as the series continues heroes that they usually don't play. We're keeping tracks of those hero bans, of course, in particular too, and that's something where you guys can check out the YouTube description if you watch this on YouTube, or of course if you watch this on Twitch, then you have already seen that in the Twitch chat. But I'm gonna do my best to support these links that you see, which heroes were played and banned throughout which games, so that you can track a little bit more and understand what exactly was happening there. But Meta Madness had always special rules, and this one is no different, and it's a ton of fun. And as we're heading into another series, I once again want to give a huge shout out to HiTech, who support this tournament, who actually provided the entire prize pool. It's pretty difficult these days to actually find companies that are willing to sponsor a Heroes of the Storm event. Most are not really interested when it comes to Blizzard and Heroes of the Storm these days. I wonder why. But one more reason why it's awesome that HiTech is not only supporting this, but also incredibly easy to work with, and pretty much said like, yo, do your thing. And that's that. But you guys can help out to show them some love, and also to make sure that for the future we might be able to work with them together again. There's a link that you see in the YouTube description, and in Twitch there's a Twitch panel. Check that out. There's a HiTech link right there. It is a link that of course tracks where people come from, and if HiTech sees that people are coming from the stream here, show a little bit of interest, check the shop out. Even if you don't open up your wallet right away, that's totally fine. But it's just a bit of an engagement thing, and that would be very much appreciated, would really help, and would show them also that there is at least some interest when they sponsor an event like this, and we might be working with them together in the future. So use a couple of seconds of your time and check that out. That would be very much appreciated as we're heading into our first game draft. Well, we have Tassadar taking again. You've seen that a few times now. And the Tyrael and Malfurion picks already. Yeah, Greymane is banned, so we don't see that nasty Rhaegar, Greymane, Tyrael setup that we've seen recently a few times. And on the other hand, Tassadar, Leo, Reyna. So yeah, I am kind of hyped for different heroes to be picked here, because if you've learned one thing throughout this entire Group A setup, it's that there are definitely a lot of different preferences that we have on so many of these players, and I don't think that's going to be too different here as we're heading into the later rounds. Quack and his boys, good and ready to go. I still have a couple of games to go through today. But let's see where we're going to end up with this. Sylvanas gets banned. Okay. Yeah. And what else? Quack and... For QuackNiix? I mean, what are we going to get from him? Greymane is banned? Honestly, when I think about the heroes that are globally banned for this, is there anything that Quack usually resorts to? Because it's also going to test his hero pool, and a lot of hero pools actually, quite significantly. If you... Well, there's Imperius and Vala! Alright. Yeah, Imperius is going to see a lot more play this weekend, I assume. Again, you can obviously only play a hero once in the series, but still, I think Imperius is going to be involved in pretty much every series at least once. Question is always what happens towards that potential 4th and 5th map once that we're heading into the main event with best of 5 sets. That's kind of the most fun one to watch. Even game 3 has already been a little crazy. There's a Lulcio setup, and we have Mal'Ganis. Okay. That gives us a Tassadar Reyna backline. It's kind of weird to really think about Tassadar as a backliner these days, isn't it? So, something that for the longest time he was like the double support that you play with Vala, but those times are gone. So, different setup right now. And the last pick before starting into this on our first map, Infernal Shrines. Where Tassadar definitely has the most value for the teams. Seen it now for the 3rd time here. It's Malthael. Malthael gets picked, so we again have the triple front line. And with that, ladies, game number 1. The best of 3 series, the Meta Madness Group B. Infernal Shrines Team QuackNiix against Team HasuObs. Game number 1. QuackNiix on Vala. For the blue team, we have Berkult on his burger account on Tyrael, Galnagulnan, Malfurion, Copenhagen on Imperius, and Sven on Malthael. On the right side, Wit on Morganis, Skog on Reyna, Banana H on Lucio, we have Blade on Leo, and HasuObs on Tassadar. The interesting part is actually that normally we're talking about Banana's Ana, but now this is not going to be a thing, since one of the globally banned heroes is actually Ana. So a little bit of a sad day for Bananas and that he can't play his Ana. But I'm pretty sure that Ana is also going to miss Banana. Either way, we have, for now, level 1, as usual, the Exterminator. Interestingly enough, not played by Hasu. Instead, HasuObs is playing the new Tassadar. So, a little bit of good old Tassadar action. I mean, he's familiar with the style anyways. Played Protoss, of course, in StarCraft 2. So, there's that. But, as we're starting to have into this, multi-shot build for QuackNiix, as you can obviously already see. And a little bit of a skirmish here in the middle. I mean, nothing too insane. Quack is a bit low, but it's totally fine. Again, it's the setup. It's the warm-up, right? Game number 1, still the most normal of all of the games that we see here. But of course, even here, a few changes have already been made. A little bit of a zone-out attempt, but Hasu is getting the wave clear in for his team without any issues at all. QuackNiix the one holding the bottom. With Lucio can make those quick rotations happen, which is exactly what we're currently seeing from them here. Trying to get the quick setup again. Trying to rotate also once more towards HasuObs with Malfurion this time. But now that the 1 minute mark has passed and that we have a couple of camps on the map, this is really the moment when you're going to try and make a couple of plays for the camps and try to steal those away. Doesn't really happen right now, but there's the one on the right. No aggression just yet. Okay, so if we don't see the fight over the 3rd one at the bottom of the map, then I assume that we are very likely going to look at a setup in which the first big fight is happening over the first objective, over the first shrine. So level 4 talents are also going to be interesting in that setup. For Hasu on level 1 we have the same that we've seen the entire time, the static charge. It's kind of expected or hoped for. They're really looking towards this camp now at the bottom of the map to see what they can actually do over here. It's just a little bit of a poke and prod, nothing too insane. Just letting it go for now. Here comes the level 4 multi-shot. So that multi-shot Vala on this map is just so freaking good because you just sit in a position where you are on the shrine, you get damage in against the heroes, you get damage in against the minions, and it's just a 2-for-1 pretty much. It's like going for Walmart. 2-for-1 everywhere. You get the special deal. Deal double the damage to half the price and stuff like that. So it is pretty solid when you have that much AoE and can just toggle between attacking heroes and going for minion stacks and then work towards the objective completion. So with them also running Exterminator, there's a lot that they got. Also if they have to take a camp like here, or if on the other hand they might have to defend against the Punisher, it of course comes in handy as well. So there's a lot to do with that. But yeah, I mean, from a position perspective, they're a little bit quicker here. They should actually be easily able to take the top position up at the top. Yep. There we go. And that's actually an arcane one. A little bit of a late rotation here from Team QuackNiix. But honestly, if QuackNiix has shown one thing during the in-house tournament, then it's that his shot calls are still pretty nuts. And by the way, if you're actually looking at those two teams and you're like, wait a second, didn't they play with different players last time? Didn't Team Hasu also have X-Ray? These are not the same teams. So the captains are the same, but we drafted completely new teams with them. So it's a pretty similar process that we used to get the teams here that was used for the in-house tournament. Pretty much the captains were determined and then the captains drafted from player pool. So it's not even the same players across all teams. We have some players that haven't played in the in-house league and also different team compositions just in general. It's actually kind of cool. I mean, honestly, it's a lot of fun to see what these teams can do, especially since they obviously scrimmed. I mean, there is a big prize pool on the line here, so they take this very serious, and they scrimmed a lot of games with Meta Madness rules just to make sure that they are prepared for this and that they have a good chance of making this happen. Berg, on the other hand, he wants out and he doesn't get away. Nope. That's the elimination here. Nicely done. And yeah, they were even thinking about flanking in. A little bit aggressive, honestly. With the new mechanics around towers and forts, that oftentimes is not even possible anymore. But they are still aggressively posturing at the top, especially since another minion wave is now moving in. With the 7 talents, of course, ready as well. And yeah, let's see. Quagga and his boys have always excelled, especially at the in-house tournament, when it came to the macro. To be absolutely truthful, I really think that they also picked up during the tournament itself, during the in-house league, very heavily on the teamfight coordination. But yeah, Quack's shot calls is of course something that he will be able to pull off with pretty much any teams that he plays with, so that's why it's absolutely important to actually call that out. His shot calling for Fnatic back in the days, which is absolutely stellar. And he has made multiple moves in the last tournament where he just saved his team a victory by simply going for a core at the right moment, making a rotation towards the structure, away from the objective, and similar plays. And that's really the biggest strength of him as a player outside of his individual skills on heroes. So now that we're looking at only a single kill thus far in this game, Team HasuObs, they have that 1 kill. But they are also looking at maybe even an earlier level 10, which would be pretty neat for them too. Val, on the other hand, gets the kill against Lulcio and tries to follow up with the second one. There's the level 10, the quick pick is in. And he just misses the second wave. Could have maybe even gone for the kill here, but Quack already popping off a little bit. That gets the kill, they get the early level 10 because of it, and then he tries to put it to some immediate use. We should quite work out the way that he intended to, but it still was totally worth it. And of course, those stacks are easily reacquired. But as they're starting to now move down to the bottom of the map for a quick tap, and to try and maybe even get ready to steal another kill to the right side if Imperius gets a connect. Vala runs into Leo, needs to be very careful here. The N2 misses, and now they're trying to turn it around against Leo. And he is dropping quickly. Blade is down. Blade down, the Sanctification on the ground to save the rest of the team as they're pushing in even further. Good connect from Imperius, as he's starting to make his play, but not good enough to follow up with the second kill just yet. Still a good move from them, though. Now the rotation towards the top. The next shrine gets announced. That's the moment where we have at the bottom of the map the focus of attention. And let's have a look over here. Quack seems to be doing fairly well in this setup now too. A little bit of a mage battle here. I kind of like also, by the way, that we have Hyperion over Reyna's Raiders. There's different advantages that you have on both heroes. I mean, Reyna's Raiders also a fantastic scout. They got Tassadar on the other hand in their lineup as well. But just having that zone control that the Hyperion gives you can be incredibly powerful in a setup like this. So one of the reasons why they're definitely using that. Top side, the two camps are still colliding there, down at the bottom of the map. That's where the real action starts, with the lead for Team HasuObs, as they take the significant lead already on this. Starting to make their way in. There's the N2 against Copenhagen. And it is Hyperion time. QuackNiix put into a corner just for a second, but they're turning it around against Banana H, who had to drop the sound barrier. Ults are all used, with the exception of the last rights, but apparently Malthael couldn't find a connect, and the Mortar Punisher is taken. Second Punisher in the hands of HasuObs and his team. And that's a strong push to the bottom of the map, especially since the fort is already exposed. The wall has been taken down earlier, the towers have been lost too, and this is now an easy fort, or at least it should be. I mean, Fountain is down, they're still trying to defend and poke it down a little bit. Good luck with that, though. Malthael is sitting in the middle and could come and help out. It's a 5 versus 4 if he makes that move, since Leo is still at the top, which also means Leo's gonna get a lot of value. There's the stack, there's the hit, and that's the kill. Lulcio is down, first stack acquired for Malthael on the last rights, and they get Wit together with it as well. Wit is dead. Topside, on the other hand, is paying the price for that. It was a 5 versus 4 that they turned, But they lost more or less the fort for it. It might actually just survive. Yeah, well, now that we have Blade coming in, yeah, not only is Sven dead, but the fort is also toast. So, Team Hasu with 2 kills against 4, 13 on both sides, but 2 forts eliminated. The structural advantage that we currently see for them is incredibly significant. Yeah, really significant advantage on structures. And that could become a massive problem, especially since down here the wall has already been dropped. So you have another push to the bottom of the map, and all of a sudden Bob's your uncle and you take that keep down. Right. Okay, so we're now a bit in Banana Age. All of them are starting to move towards camps. 2 kills against 4, but again, the last kill topside and the elimination of the fort have given them momentum that they're using now. Here comes the push, okay. The problem that he has, I mean, he entombed him twice now. So if you entomb Imperius and he still has his lounge available, he just lunges forward and is able to move out of it. So it's not really a play that is going to give you too much as the game continues, and he needs to be aware of that. I mean, it's always easier said than done. If he catches him on cooldown, on the other hand, of course, then it's pretty much a secured kill. So yeah, it's a low cooldown on the entomb in the first place, so it's not like he loses too much. That, on the other hand, is just perfect execution. I mean, damn. Mal'Ganis gets locked down there and then obliterated within half a second as everybody on the team is on the same page and takes it down. So, nicely done. Move into the middle of the map now. Sven is sitting tight. And the rest of the team is there now too. What's the damage output actually looking like? What are we currently talking about? I mean, right now we have 28,000 for Tacita. Okay, good for him. And 24,000 for Vala. That's the entomb that you want to hit, by the way. Sven is down. The rotation is coming. But that is a 4 versus 4 for now. Careful. Mal'Ganis is coming back. Yeah, even fight. There's Hyperion, Sound Barrier, and Vala is dead. Quack. A bit too far out here. The Sanctification was a second too late. Couldn't help him. And now this rotation that they just executed cost them 3 heroes. And, well, make it 5. It's a 5-man wipe, boys. Yeah, that is that. 5-man team wipe. That's 7 kills now on the board for HasuObs and his team. And this actually escalated quickly. I mean, we literally went from a position where it was a trade in kills, more or less, to Quack and his team rotating up to force a fight, which in and of itself wasn't really a bad decision, but then the execution was lacking a little bit, and it results in 4 of them taken down there. The thermal lands now on level 16. Yeah, this is getting problematic. I mean, top keep has already taken damage, bottom keep has taken a little bit of damage. In the middle, that's a big lead now on the objective, and they are also 1.5 levels ahead. Ooh, Quack really needs to come up with a bit of a master plan if he wants to bring this one back. That one will not be an easy recovery. Not at all. Yeah, they have to do a little bit of overtime. Oh, the 3-man entomb! Yeah, but the damage wasn't there. Damage was a bit too far off. HasuObs, then again, is currently doing some mad damage on Tacita. That doesn't change the fact that Leo is the first one to fall. 31 stacks against 29. Honestly, yeah, Quack might even have a chance to turn this around. As he gets the kill against Mal'Ganis, that might just happen. But the Punisher is taken, and it's worse than that. Look at this. The keep is falling up at the top. That's at least the last right kill against Tacita. That's another stack acquired for Mal'Thael. Good job for him. But again, the keep is down. Someone has to defend against all of this. 2 stacks for Mal'Thael. And in the middle of the map, I don't really think that the fort is going to fall, but it's going to take some damage, if you're honest about it. Yeah, it's actually going to take quite some damage, because it has been disabled now too. And they're going to try and take that down. They might just be able to make that happen. The entomb is missing. It zones out Quack at least a little bit. Can they actually get him? Nope, they cannot. But it was close. It was definitely close. Leo already moved back. Bot lane. Oh my god. They might have gotten the kills, but Team QuackNiix is still on the defense now, as they've lost the top keep, the mid fort. They lose mad amounts down at the bottom here. Quack needs to take that catapult down. I honestly don't know why he doesn't eliminate that. Little bit It's weirded out. I mean, I get that he doesn't want to move out too far, so that he can't get picked up there by a quick move. But it's still a bit weird that he didn't take the catapult down first. I mean, it slows down the wave a little bit, I assume, allows the other wave to push in more, so he has an easier time to soak the experience right now. But was that really worth the trade in damage? I mean, it's 14 minutes in. I get it, it's not too late, but yeah. I mean, again, the benefit of making that play is that you keep your own minion wave here, and the other wave pushes in, so the defense is, you don't have to really move out fast to get the experience. So there is a reason why you would make that, but I don't know if it's worth sacrificing like hit points on the keep for that. That keep is really low right now, and that's a problem. I think the catapult fired 2 shots in that time frame. Hasu, by the way, is at 195 stacks now on his level 1. 195. Not too bad. Half a level lead still. Yeah, game 1. I mean, again, it's actually a good game. It's just like that on a structural perspective, Team QuackNiix is not doing anything. They haven't taken a fort down. They barely were able to take a fountain in the middle. Come on, someone. Thank you. Yeah, they move out of this one. Sven is starting to move in. Oh, gets immediately entombed, but jumps out again. Blade is getting a bit frustrated at this point that everybody has an escape tool ready whenever he drops a good entomb. There's the kill against Jimmy. Sanctification came out. Yeah, and the Sanctification was actually pretty decent for that fight now too. We have 3 stacks for Malthael. There's the second kill. 10 kills against 7. Yeah, but we come back to an old shoot and try it problem. What does all the damage in the world do for you if you're not able to take any structures down? I mean, granted, they're ahead in kills, but who gives a shit? You lost 2 keeps, you haven't taken a fort down yet. It's impressive that they're still on even experience, and I mean, you look over at the experience gain here, you can already see where the difference comes from. Minion experience in and of itself is a huge advantage for Team QuackNiix, but as I said, structures. The structures are the real big point here. 2 keeps lost. It's horrible. It's really tricky. And now we have Buried Alive in, all the rest as well. So it's gonna become difficult. Very difficult to make any kind of play here. Top side at least, we have a camp taken, so Malthael did that to push this lane out a little bit. But they need to win this fight now. This is the do or die moment. I mean, if you don't win the fight here, then you might as well kiss this first map goodbye. This is the moment where you have to make the play. Quark has the range now. He has the Farfly Quiver. He gets a lot of damage out. He has 42,000 now. Has the Manticore 16, so the auto attack build is ready for him. And in we go. There's the move again as they're trying to make the play. Ooh. Archon is in. 26 stacks against 12. Yeah, Hyperion already used. 30 stacks against 18. The Entomb, the Buried Alive against 2, but it doesn't matter. Imperius is dead, but so is Leo, and Jimmy dies. Jimmy down. Oh, but Malthael and Vala both fall as Wit goes for the big boy plays. Has the follow-up of the team. They take Galnagul out. And yes, Tyrael is not going to change this. Nope. They actually don't even attack him properly because they don't want the explosion to take the hits here. Yeah, well, as it stands, Sven came back. No one can stop death. Well, as it turns out, they can. So another 5-man wipe. And that is going to be the conclusion of game number 1. 13 kills against 12 at the end of the day. Job well done as they're moving towards the core. And Team HasuObs seems to be taking the lead here. Nicely done. And congratulations for winning the first map in this best of 3. Great start into Group B of Meta Madness for them, as they are aiming for the top spot in the winner bracket. Yeah, well done. And that's a victory on Infernal Shrines for Team HasuObs. GG. And well played. Game on, everybody! Alright, let's get the show on the road, ladies. We got Tomb of the Spider Queen, our second map as we're heading into this. And yeah, game number 1 was actually pretty close. I liked it. Big question, of course, now. Are we going to see are we going to see a third map? We're going to see deviations away from the builds that the composition that we had in the previous game, just simply because of the rules of the game. Aren't allowed to pick any hero twice. So with that, we're going to head straight into the setup and see where we're going to go with that. Chromie gets banned out first of all. I mean, Tomb of the Spider Queen, heroes that we would usually see there. Jojo. Maybe a little bit of Anna. Guess what? They're already banned. Oh my god, no. Yeah, totally true. So there's actually a lot of the heroes that we would normally see here that are banned already. So it will be a really interesting setup to see what they're going to do for Tomb of the Spider Queen right now, even though I personally would love to see a third map. The 3-mapper that we had in Group A was pretty fantastic and makes me really hungry for the best of 5 series where we have 3 maps guaranteed no matter how the score ends up. So that's pretty good. But yeah, so let's see how this is gonna work out. Rega is in, we got Maiev, and we have Chromie annihilated. They're a little bit slow on the bans here. Now we're tracking, of course, all of that. So all of the stuff here is definitely getting tracked so that it makes it a bit easier for all of the players to actually know which heroes are still available and which aren't. Greymane, in this case, has been banned out right away, and that also attacks, of course, QuackNiix's hero pool a little bit. Played Vala on the last map, which pretty much means that you can't pick Vala again. I don't think we had Junkrat yet in this series. No, it wasn't played on the last map, so he's definitely a hero that I would expect to be picked here. If he doesn't get banned in the 3rd rotation, for example. Right. ETC gets locked in right away. And... well, let's go. ETC is always a little bit weird. I mean, I think ETC is going to be a hero that we're going to see in any game. That's definitely true. I mean, if you think about the heroes, honestly, with the system that we have, that you are only allowed to play a hero once, right? There are certain heroes that you expect to have make an appearance in every single game. Just like the core players, and you just go through them quickly, and then you have to start to really fill the gaps as quickly as you can. And I think one of the big problems that teams could run into is that eventually we might have some trouble with... tanks. Because there's a lot of side laners that you can play the main tank position. We've seen Imperius in that point, you can see Blaze in that position, and others as well. But it's gonna make it pretty difficult to swap that out into map 4, map 5. Because if you ban a couple of main tanks on 2, then the air is getting pretty thin there very quickly. At some point you might want to run around with an Arthas as your main tank, and there's like a lot of these heroes that you usually won't see in a main tank position in a normal game, but this is... main tanks are targeted pretty quickly. Targeted down pretty quickly. So, let's go. I mean, the Junkrat pick, by the way, so Junkrat and Sylvanas are being picked. As I said, I would have been shocked if Junkrat doesn't make an appearance here. After not being played on the last map, this is definitely a map where you want to have him. Tomb of the Spider Queen, you need the wave clear, you have the interrupt on any kind of gem turn in that exists. Okay, Sylvanas is also locked in. Okay, let's go. Blaze, okay. Blaze gets banned. Yeah, there's still, again, it's only game 2. I would be worried a little bit more if this was game 3, game 4 for Team Hasu, but now there's still enough available that you can play. So this is not going to be an issue at all. I mean, again, if this were the times of Alex the Pro G, you know, he would play the roaming Zul, then he would realize that the roaming Zul is actually banned out. And he would just simply say, listen, I'm Alex the Pro G, so if I want to play the roaming Zul, I'm going to play the roaming Zul. You can't ban that out against me. It's just the rules of the game. Then he would play him, would play in the off lane, someone would disrespect the 1v1 and he would lose and punish all the monkeys. But yeah, unfortunately this isn't 2018 anymore. But again, what can you do, right? So we get Stukov and we get a Nubarak. So Banana H is going to play the Admiral now. Tyrande and Tracer. The new Tracer for the 2nd time now. Today is being played and we have Tyrande together with it. Alright. What else are we getting? Last but not least, Blade. Come on, Blaze. What are we gonna get? The Urel Space Go together with the Nubarak. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. Tomb of the Spider Queen. Game number 2. Game on! Tomb of the Spider Queen! On the right side of the map, Copenhagen on ETC, Sven on Rexa, Khaldor on Tyrande, we have QuackNiix on Jaina, and Backhult on the Tracer. Yeah, we're going to keep an eye on him, already deviating a little bit away from Dinu's build that we saw earlier, going in the 1-2 punch. I mean, honestly, if anybody is allowed to punch me, it's Tracer. I really doubt that there's going to be much of a punch behind that, but okay. On the right side of the map, we got HasuObs on Junkrat, Wit on Nubarak, Skog on Sylvanas, Banana H on Stukov, and Blade on Urel. I mean, seriously, 1-2 punch, Tracer, how much does she weigh? I mean, seriously, what is this, 50 kilograms? 55? Look at the models over there. She's tiny. She's tiny. She can punch me any day. I don't care. There's no muscles on that girl. She's nimble. She's quick. She can wield the pistols. She can hit... I don't know, she can hit the bullseye from like a mile away. I don't care, I'll believe all of that. But a 1-2 punch? I mean, come on, girl. You're not punching anybody. You don't want to go into a fist fight. Guess why you have a recall? Because you don't want to end up in a fist fight. That's the whole game here. Yeah, Jaina's also on the run, so she's dead too. That's the first blood. That went quickly. And the 1 minute mark down here. Banana H. Goes in, gets the bomb, and off we go. Yeah, we're gonna keep an eye out on the Tracer build anyways. Again, we had Dino already earlier in one of the games on Tracer, and it was actually kind of fun to also see him with the reworked hero, and he had massive damage output. Now, there is obviously a little bit of a caveat that we have to throw out when we talk about his damage output back there. He played against Rexa, which means that against Misha in the earlier stages, you can oftentimes also stack that damage quite easily. And that is definitely a little bit of an advantage that you have with that. But yeah, we're going to see how that works. Either way, now that the rotation happens towards the top, you have the... oh, actually, talking top, down to the bottom of the map. Seems like a few of the heroes were setting up a potential gank there. Not quite. The Beetle running after Backhult. I love that he is on an assassin, I gotta say. Normally you only see him on the tank role. Talking tanks, ETC is taken down. Down to the bottom of the map, Sven versus Blade still. But also, as we're talking about it, again, Backhult on Tracer. You don't really see him that much on Tracer here, so I kind of find it pretty cool that we see more and more swaps in roles when it comes to Meta Madness and all of these setups. Quack on his Jaina. He was the first one to be taken down. Now we have the move up towards the top, and off we go. Khaldor. Yeah, the Tyrande play in and of itself is already kind of funny. Again, another hero that you don't see all that often. I mean, good old Tyrande, she has disappeared as a main support ever since Blizzard made the change to her Celestial Attunement and moved it from level 7 to level 16. Those were the times when from a must pick, Tyrande pretty much went to a never pick. And yeah, afterwards she was still locked in every now and then, but her appearances are far and few between, so not really happening a whole lot. 2 kills against 0, but also turn in. Yeah, 31 of those gems have already been delivered by Team HasuObs. They want the 2-0 victory, of course. I mean, for Hasu and his boys, really, they want to just like set themselves ahead in the group as quickly as they possibly can. They, of course, know that in Group A, Nick and his friends have been able to lock in the #1 spot. And the Germans don't want to fight against the Germans early on in the tournament, when the double elimination system is coming in. So that's why they're currently trying to make sure that they get #1 as well. A little bit of it has to do with the fact that you don't really... Oh, there we go. Has to do with the fact that you also don't want to go into the lower bracket, but hey, there's always a good move for that. This is actually old school as hell. I mean, seriously. Tyrande ETC plus Jaina, what the hell is this? 2016? I mean, it's literally power slide into Tyrande stun into Jaina burst damage for the kill. This is so... I mean, this is 2017. Like, ring, ring. Hello, QuackNiix here. Well, it's 2017, buddy. They want their meta back. So he is just coming in there and just steals the 2017 meta away. That was a really bad QuackNiix impersonation, by the way, but hey, I can't do voices. I can do a couple of accents, but that's already the extent of it. So now that we have the first turn in on both sides possible, they are starting to more aggressively look towards this. Oh, talking about aggression. Yeah, Copenhagen needs to be very careful here now too. Talents, by the way, 1-2 punch, the pulse generator, same talent that we saw from Dainu, and then the locked and loaded, which got moved over to level 7 from level 16. So still quite a powerful talent here. I mean, both the level 4 and the level 7 are kind of nuts, honestly. So, yeah. Down to the bottom of the map, Urel, the space goat. Careful. The owl comes in straight to Hogwarts. Hedwig! But there we go. If you had a Harry Potter in this game, who would it be? I mean, no, the owl is... Wow. I love it. It's also a good damage. Taking the solo laner out is always a huge step, because it guarantees that you take a lot of gems normally. And the blue team actually turns in. Nicely done. 2 kills against 2. Well played by them. And with that, could theoretically see them... well, I don't know even know if they can take a 4th down, but they should be able to break through the wall, right? So, yeah. But anyways, down to the bottom of the map, there's Sylvanas, and for some reason, Skog is left to his own devices here. So it's a pretty easy defense so far. Pushing the lane out this aggressively helps that the web weavers are slowed down significantly. He can move into the middle, can help out here, and then can rotate down with the rest of the team in order to prevent it from taking the wall down. So that was actually a really nice move. And it was a problem that Rexa wasn't there a little bit earlier. Down here, though, can they take that down? I mean, they're trying. Web Weaver, low, but at least some parts of the wall are already getting attacked. And Uberak is moving in. Stun, slide, and nearly a kill. Yeah, careful, my friend. Their execution is really good. I like it. Team QuackNiix, they have really good calls here. They make the target call. There we go. Bam! And Uberak is done. Yep, there's the bug reporting. Honestly, they should let Team QuackNiix try and fix the bugs in Warcraft 3. These boys would be done in a day. Not take 3 months and then they only change some footprints in the game. So, yeah, when we come to bug fixing, they do a fantastic job. I mean, Anubarak has been on the retreat the entire time there. Level 10 abilities are in, 3 kills against 2. That gives us now Shadow Stalk, and we have also the Mosh Pit. ETC wants to dance, baby. And, of course, the Water Elemental. Alright, let's go. Turn into 10th. Red team, they want to get the turn in too. Misha is down. The bear eliminated. That's the moment right here where with another 3 gems, you can get that Web Weaver. Ladies and gentlemen, 3 gems and you get a Web Weaver. You don't only get 1 Web Weaver. No, you don't only get 2 Web Weavers. You get 3 Web Weavers. 1 on the mid lane, 1 at the top lane, and 1 at the bot lane. Ladies and gentlemen, 3 gems. 3 gems and those Web Weavers are yours. They spawn other Web Weavers and they take those structures down. You have a problem with the tower? Was that tower nasty to you? Did that tower kill you at any point in the game? We have the perfect solution. Only 3 gems and you can get Web Weavers. They will destroy these nasty towers, take them apart one at the time, and solve all of your problems. And here we go. The offer has been made. The Web Weavers are descending. 3 gems. That's a sale. That's a steal, guys. That's an absolute steal. I mean, for 3 gems, who says no there, right? Even if you never wanted Web Weavers. For 3 gems, I mean, hello, value. So, yeah. Okay. Let's go. Bot lane. That's where we have our little setup as they're starting to make the way for this one. And they should at least be able to go through a bit of that wall. So, yep. Let's check that out. I mean, it's still 12 versus 12. Mid lane, that's where Sylvanas is currently situated. And that's honestly where they're going to get the most by far. Especially since Tracer and Rexa are still away from the lanes. So, bam, that's the wall gone, and if Sylvanas is able to push that back a little bit further, they might just be able to take the fort as well. Yeah, but they're already falling back. The rotation is coming now from the top and from the bottom. There's already the boars unleashed as they're starting to move in. Immediately trying to go for Banana H. Yeah, but the Cocoon locks down Tracer. Nicely done. Stun follow-up. That silence, boys. But the recall straight into Sylvanas' arms, more or less. That's the kill. They go for the double, or at least they try to. Riptire is out. ETC, goodbye, my friend. He's dead too. And that's more gems down the drain. 70 gems in the hands of the red team. They have a mad lead right now. Holy shit. Team HasuObs coming in and absolutely murdering here. I mean, holy hell. Yeah, nicely done by them. That was actually pretty incredible. So, great job. They started this up with a really good web river setup, and then they got the 3 kills behind it. And good momentum. Taking the 4 down is already a lot. And, well, let's check. The harsh moonlight. That never made sense to me, by the way. What is harsh moonlight? Has any of you ever been, like, outside, like, when it was, like, oh, you know, like, big full moon or something? Like, oh my god, the moonlight today is pretty harsh. What a dumb name. I mean, seriously. As far as talent names go, we have really a lot of fantastic ones, but that's one of the dumbest ones that I've seen so far. Oh no, better take some moon screen. You know, the moonlight is pretty harsh today. It's like, I don't know. Sometimes you really think that they shouldn't have made weed legal in the US. Ever since then, the talent naming on Blizzard's side has definitely gone down the drain. But yeah, again. Okay, so 5 kills against 3. Where's the damage output actually sitting? Oh, look at that. We have Jumper, actually. Okay, so Jumper is coming in. The last time we saw the Untouchable for Dino, maybe he already figured that he got touched so often that it would probably not be a good move for them. Talking about touching things. At the bottom of the map, Sven with 38 gems is about to get murdered. Guys, that's 38 gems down the drain. Yeah, there is no recovering that. Not with everybody sitting there and then even getting the fort because the fort is just shooting at minions. There's no thing that you can actually do with that. So yeah, HasuObs is pausing the game. I honestly believe, I mean, the lane, everything is just working out. I think they just like heard about the harsh moonlight and they were just like, wait a second, that doesn't make any sense. So Hasu is currently just discussing that with the rest of the team. He is the German. He goes for the analytical part. And he's like, guys, is that talent really called harsh moonlight? That dude, like, that doesn't make any sense. Can you Google that real quickly? So, yeah. I mean, again, it threw me off too. It makes perfect sense that to them, it's also a little bit of a weird one. Top fort, by the way, is definitely going to go down. So this one is going to get eliminated quickly. But I want to talk a little bit about Jumper. So this is actually kind of cool. I mean, again, you have also on the Untouchable the extra range on the Blink, which is kind of nice for mobility. But there are a few changes to the hero now. So since we had the hero rework, let's go real quickly over the build that is played here by him. So we have the 1-2 punch. We go straight into the Pulse Generator, the new talent on level 4, then moved over from 16 to level 4, the Locked and Loaded. Still the Quantum Spike, which is probably still the same that you're going to see on any Tracer build, but then the variation with Jumper on level 13 over the Untouchable that we actually seen previously there. So there's that. Level 13, then again, the Violent Reaction, the go-to talent for Stukov, and that's going to lock them down even harsher. But as all of this is still unfolding, as we are on a bit of a break, the problem for the blue team is still that there is another turn-in available in just another 8 gems for the red team. So after this Web Weaver already comes in, there's another one on the way. They can even go down here for the camp, but they are already about to hit level 16. So not only do they lose the 4 topside, which is now down, level 16 is coming in for the opponent, and they have enough gems for another turn-in. I mean, if that isn't a recipe for disaster, then I don't know what is. So that will be a little bit problematic. And they try to go for a trap. There is not enough space in that bush. I mean, damn, son. That's a party bush if I've ever seen one. Get fucked! Yeah, dude, that was definitely the wrong one to jump to. Like, I don't know what to tell you there. Holy hell, he got murdered. This is not the bush you're looking for. Okay. Jumps over the vent and immediately gets taken down. Oh boy. Yeah, that's one way to get yourself back into the game, I suppose. The problem is still the same. They're still a level behind and a talent behind, but... Oh, Junkrat, who was like, wow, dead. Beautiful kill. Okay, they can still try and turn in though. Interestingly enough, we actually have this here. Yeah, that owl didn't connect with that. Skork and Banana H are gonna do that. HasuObs is gonna jump in now too. Yeah, they have no idea. They're just trying to turn in here, and I don't even think that they will be able to accomplish that. There's the owl. Yeah, that owl is too late, bro. That owl is just a little bit too late. The only thing that they can maybe do is... There's no way he makes that in time. No, 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 no. I was about to say, the only thing that they can try and do is maybe turn in. Trade the turn in for the boss defense. That's maybe something that they could do here, but yeah. So for now, we are looking at a camp taken again, I mean, first of all, so that's great. There's also the level 16 coming in for ETC, the showstopper. They have at least 16 talents for the defense. That's something. That's actually one of the things that they wanted to get to, of course. Alright, ETC gets immediately hammered into the corner here. Yeah, a bit of a shove. And just opening that up would already be nice. I mean, Nubrak isn't even here. He's still sitting in the middle. They have the opportunity to turn in at any point, if they just so want. Okay, let's also set up right here. Move down to the bottom of the map. Push this out a little bit further. Already Urel trying to get the turn-in completed. 23,000 for Urel. She's actually top damage right now. Behind Rexa. It's the two solo laners that are just at each other's throat the entire time. Only difference between being on the throat on Urel or the throat on Rexa. Rexa likes it. So, I mean, he isn't quite Chromie, but she was always the kinkiest of the lineup. As you can hear. Always excited. Okay. And, well, let's go. Her safe word is fake dragon, by the way, in case you were wondering. And off we go. 4 against 6. Yeah, let's get this party started. It's keep time. I mean, come on, Team QuackNiix, if they want to force the third map, which I would definitely not mind. A 3-mapper in this Meta Madness rule set is always amazing, but if they want to get a third map, then they need to push this out a little bit quicker. Top lane is under pressure, and the top keep is soon going to go down. They're trying to go for the teamfight on the other hand. Stukov's getting attacked. Yes, Rexa drops the ult. The Cocoon is on the ground. A Reptire coming in, but top keep is falling, and it's falling quickly. That's not the only thing that's falling. Seems like ETC might be falling too, but Skok is absolutely on the wrong path here. He goes down first. Tracer wants to clean up, but ETC is down. So is the top keep, though. That's a problem as well. And Nuborak on the run with 150 hit points. Ooh, Tracer! And she gets nearly annihilated. Yeah, that could have been nasty. But okay, so each team loses one hero. They move up to the top now. The core hasn't been touched just yet, but the mid keep has taken some damage. Bottom has at least taken some damage at the wall. But, ooh, boy. Yeah. We'll see. Okay, with the damage output, Rexa still on 29,000 top damage. Again, Dino crossed over into 100,000 damage at the end of the game when they played on this map with Tracer. So definitely a bit of a difference. Very different game in general. 0 deaths on Stukov. He's the only one that hasn't died yet, so apparently it doesn't matter if Banana plays Ana or Stukov. But he's still nearly unkillable. Top side. Rexa. Sven with 30 gems. But level 20, that's the problem. They might have enough gems to turn in, but do they really want to fight here? Storm Talons are ready for the other side. Or they will be in just a second. And Blade is completely turning in. There's not a lot of gems available for Team HasuObs, so don't get me wrong. There's no real threat of them getting another Webiwa wave, which is one of the reasons why the blue team is happy to play this slow, because they know it's going to take a long time. A very, very long time to get enough gems together to turn in again. So they have a little bit of wiggle room with the way that they're playing this. The fact remains that with the Storm Talons, there could be attack in the middle with that camp. Trying to take that down. Sitting in the corner here. Trying to wait, see what they can do with that. But here comes the attack, and that's the big problem. ETC attacked right away. They're trying to go for Copenhagen. Stun, 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 and goodbye. I mean, it was literally, he could have taken his hands off the keyboard and it would have made a difference. That guy could not move at all, and that is, with the help of Sylvanas, another keep destroyed. So we're talking 2 keeps down now, and not a single fort has fallen on the side of the red team. So that is difficult to say the least. I mean, at this point you have catapults continuously pushing on 2 lanes. 17 minutes into the game. Sooner rather than later crossing over into Winion territory when those catapults can do serious damage to the shields on the core. Yeah, losing more heroes doesn't really help Team QuackNiix either. They're not that far behind in kills if you think about it. It's 5 against 8. There's nothing. It's just really the structures that make the biggest difference here at this point. And another one. Sylvanas is adding so much value here right now. It's kind of crazy. They're going to get that keep too, aren't they? Yeah, of course. I mean, how are you going to defend this? You don't have level 20. They're pushing on all sides. And you're just taking a beating. Team QuackNiix, they're just like a boxer that sits in the corner right now and gets pummeled into the ropes. It's pretty brutal. They wait for 20, of course, to get their own Storm Talent so that they can take a fight. But the problem is that what HasuObs cannot do in his team, they just posture here. They just attack. If they see them coming, they fall back. And they may play this game the entire time. If QuackNiix moves away, they attack the boss again. If they move in, they fall back again. And what that will do is that the bot and the mid lane will push in towards the core. So it's all that they gotta do. Posture around the top, attack the boss the entire time, and just threaten your opponent. If you don't come here and stop us, we'll take the boss. But if you come here, then we'll just fall back, fight you on even ground if you want to take the fight, and in the meantime, you're going to lose control over the bot lane and the mid lane, and those catapults are going to rip you a new one. So that's the big problem at this point. Yeah, 5 versus 8. Turn it would be nice. They have 100 gems. If they can get the kill against Wit, Wit turns it around, but he goes down. Tracer with the kill. Yeah, Sylvana. I'm sorry, girl, but not like this. Okay, Sylvana's down. That's a double kill, actually, against the red team. He might have a chance here after all. We need to send someone down to the bottom of the map to deal with this, though. It's only 2 catapults. It's not more than that, so that's good for them. They try to go for the boss, I assume. They will lose at least the shields, though, I think. Ah, no, not even that. Catapults don't do enough damage yet. It's 19 minutes in, but they're not really that powerful. QuackNiix gets attacked by a blade. Yeah, someone has to peel off the boss, but the result is still the same. Half HP. 3 against 2. Down at the bottom. Shields are falling. Triple catapult right now. HasuObs is actually going in, trying to save the catapults for as long as he can, and that's 20% of the core. That's not too shabby. Then again, losing Stukov, a staggered death here. Not really the outcome that you wanted out of this one. There's a little bit of an upside, of course. The upside is that at least the boss wasn't taken, but Khaldor now is already moving back in to remedy that fact. Which should honestly be able for them to pull off. But this is getting a bit spicy towards the end now all of a sudden. Yeah, Ural is moving in too and is saying like, hello QuackNiix, how you doing, my friend? So yeah, hoppity hop. Trying to get those catapults in. And those web weavers, obviously, as you can imagine, are not really going to do a whole lot. To the point where these are pushing through, like, the catapults alone will eliminate them. Up at the top, that's a different story. Hello? 1v3. Ural is down at the bottom of the map. Sylvanas comes in. Cocoon the kill to run. They turned it. Nah, Nubarak is dead. ETC, the kill against Sylvanas. The throw pit, ladies and gentlemen. Good old school throw pit right here. Oh my god. 11 against 9 on the kill count. Catapults down here. Those web weavers shouldn't be able to do anything. Then again, over here, also a little bit of damage done. Top 4 is already falling. Don't tell me they are really winning this one. How awesome is that, please? The old school throw pit. They're pressuring core, they're pressuring boss, they're all over the place. They're just spreading themselves out too thin. A lot of these ideas aren't bad by any means, but they spread themselves out so thin that they're now paying the price. The death timers are just incredibly high at this point. This is game. This is just game. 3 keeps were down. There was not a single structure on the map anymore for Team QuackNiix, and Team HasuObs had still every single fort in play and just lost the game. Throwing it away, I mean, nicely done. We're gonna go into game 3, ladies. What a series. The throws are real. Tomb of the Spider Queen, the old school, what was it? The OG, the original throw pit, if I'm not mistaken. I'm currently racking my brain a little bit if there was another one before that was like that much better to be a throw pit. But no, it was actually Tomb of the Spider Queen. So yeah, they're throwing the game away completely. They had every single keep eliminated on the other side, and the only thing... there was nothing standing except for the core. Oh my god, seriously. And they had every single fort still. But anyways, now that we're heading into Cursed Hollow, this means this is the 3rd map, so we have now 20 heroes that are not allowed to be picked anymore because they were played, plus 6 heroes globally banned. which means 26 heroes are banned before we even get a single ban in the draft itself. Now, again, since this will cause some confusion, as we move from the group stage over to the main attraction, the main tournament, there will be more globally banned heroes. I think at this point we're already at 9 globally banned heroes. So keep that in mind a little bit. If later on we end up with 9 or 10 heroes that are getting banned globally for this, don't be confused by it. There is a difference between group stage and actual playoffs, aka the double elimination system. So as we're heading into this, Greyman and Forcer get banned out. I mean, I see some target bans over here. First of all, those are good bans to make sure that you get still boss control, but also it's really down the hero pool of QuackNiix, so that's also a thing. Rhaegar and Medivh both banned out. Nobody wants to go up against HasuObs here. Wit is taking Garrosh, and guys, I can tell you that this is starting to... Again, game 3, it's thinning the pool a little bit. There's still a lot available here, so it's not like they don't have any choices. But if you go into game 3, you already have to make some adjustments. Which brings us to Lunara, for example. Yeah, if you are from North America, you're looking at this and you're like, why is he laughing? Lunara is a normal pick. Yeah, in an A, in the competitive, she has been, actually. She has been played in Division S North America quite a lot. Europe, not so much. So seeing Lunara over here is actually a little bit different. So there's a big change over there. But again, now that we are heading into the next picks, I would say there's a good chance that Lunara is not even the craziest that we're going to see here. Karazim as the support. Maiev gets taken out too. Okay. Yeah, on the support side, I mean, there's still a few available. So, actually on the support side, there's still a lot available. You can go Uther, you can go Whitemane, Medivh is still up. Sorry, Morales is still up, just to name a few examples. I think Deckard, Kane, and Oriel are also still in there. Even Anduin is up. So it's not like you're gonna ban out supports in this one too quickly. Dehaka gets eliminated as the side laner, so no global value. Might actually indicate that QuackNiix is considering taking Brightwing here. We've seen Brightwing now twice. Lost both of the games, by the way. But this is a good global map. Again, this is a map where, and especially QuackNiix, I mean, as a shot caller, he was always the guy to really like those global maps and global plays, right? So Falstad is already banned out. Deathwing is globally banned. You have the Haka eliminated. If you want to play globals, then Brightwing is really the only option that you have, unless you're willing to go into a Nidus Zagara or something crazy along those lines. I don't really think that's the case. Maybe they just wanted to avoid that the opponent has a global and they don't. But there's the pick on Zagara. Sorry, the ban on Zeratul. By the way, it's also cool that Sven got a Sonya. In the in-house league that we played a few weeks back, that was never a thing. Like, whatever he did, Sonya was just continuously banned out against him. Now we have the full frontline again with Copenhagen on Thrall and Bergholt on Muradin. Okay. But here comes the move. Hasu and Blade. Yeah. 2 more picks that we need. Blade offlane, Hasu damage. Mages a slap. Hammer time! Sergeant, Hammer, and Blade. With Blaze. Okay. Alright. Alright. Is that enough? I mean, there's always protect the Hammer. They have a lot of stuns, they have a lot of tethers, they have like bit of control with the taunt on Garrosh after level 10, so there's actually quite a lot that they have with that. But then again, on the other hand, we have that Sonya setup, we have Thrall, could even go into a Sundering. Can of course be countered to an extent if you go for the siege tactics, but only if you hit it in time. There's Anduin as the support, and with that, game 3. Final map of this series, ladies and gentlemen. So let's jump in and see which team wins the first best of 3 match in Group A, the group stage of Meta Madness. Cursed Hollow, the final map, and let's go! Team QuackNiix against Team HasuObs, and the teams make it exciting. Yep, we're going the full distance at this point, and yeah, I'm kind of happy about it. It should also be super interesting now to see how this is gonna work out with especially the Lunara pick. So Sven on Sonya, we have Galgulnar on Anduin, Copenhagen on Thrall, QuackNiix on Lunara. We get Merkult on Muradin, HasuObs and Hammer, of course, for the red team. Badanich on Karazim, Wit on Garrosh, Skog on Maiev, and Blade on Blaze. Ready and good to go. Yeah, let's make it happen. Especially the Lunara pick is gonna be more than just a little bit interesting. That honestly could be a pretty cool twist to all of this. Something that North American Division S teams have done for a while. But if we're gonna see that here as well, that is a very different question. Down to the bottom of the map, Sven is currently sitting tight here, going up against Hasu. Normally, if you have Hammer in your team, you kind of wait for level 7 before you can really make your plays because of the Hover Siege mode. That is kind of the important one. Yeah, Hover Siege mode is really usually the thing that you have to be the most careful about, because before that you can't really do a whole lot. And this is pretty much what I expect here to happen too. Maybe give up the first tribute depending on how the fight goes. The zoning Stormbolt over here. But yeah, it comes down to the question of whether or not you're going to find a good position to set yourself up without Hover Siege mode or not. But letting one objective, for example, slide and giving your opponent a single tribute so that you have the better position than around the second one when you have more mobility is not really a problem. So it's not really like this is any big issue or something. But yeah, camps are being attacked again and are currently getting taken too. So we'll see what's happening around those. If we're going to have a bit of a mid lane push, for example, if they can set something up around this. Obviously, the big question that comes in most players is always, hey, how we're actually going to deal with the opponent's Siege Giants. And the Siege Giant setup is normally the same. The team that has the Siege Giant on the other side of the first tribute spawn takes it late. The other team takes it early. Exactly what you're seeing here. Red team has it close to the spawn, so they take the Siege Giant early. Blue team hasn't taken them yet, as you can see here on the minimap, because their push lane for the Siege Giants is far away from the first tribute spawn. So there's always the calculation that you make there at the end of the day, and that's exactly what we're currently seeing from them here too. So that doesn't really come as a shock. That's pretty much a standard play to get the most out of the assets that you have in the game here. So Sven currently with a quick pause, which allows us to go over a few of the things. Now, first of all, when we're looking towards the middle, keep Sven in mind again on that Sonya. Sonya isn't really the hero that gets picked the most right now, but the interesting thing about Sven is that he is really so good with that hero that during the in-house league, everybody started to ban him out. I mean, he was target banned time and time again. And I think Sonya made it through 2 drafts, and every single time that Sonya was in his hands, even if they couldn't win the game, he absolutely murdered and made their life a living hell. So him with Sonya is actually super interesting, and something that I didn't necessarily expect here. So he should have a huge impact on this, and is definitely someone we have to watch out for later. Is of course also someone that can easily take these camps by himself. Has gone into Tough as Nails as a level 1 talent. That's already a good one. We talk about Muradin. He also adjusted slightly and has in this case gone into the third wind. Keep in mind, previously we had a bit of a stacking setup over here, but this is all about survivability, especially when you go up against Hammer, because third wind allows you to just sit in the Hammer range a little bit, take a couple of hits, maybe get some damage out, maybe stun someone out, set something up for the team, but when you jump out and move away, you still heal up your HP a bit quicker and then can move back into the fight. So having the ability to do that and not rely only on your healer is super important when you go up against something like Hammer, just to make sure that your team is not completely getting crushed and has to fight nearly every single fight without a tank, especially after level 16. When you have Giant Killer coming into the game, so you need to have that ability to just like weave in and out of a fight a little bit. Sonya has already started to do exactly what I just talked about a second ago, so she has started to focus on those camps alone. They have a couple of heroes that can actually do that. Generally speaking, their camp clear is really, really good, so we should see a lot of them come through in this game. Now, this is of course a map where you also have 2 bosses on the map, and oftentimes that's why you see, just recently in particular, a Vala with arrow build, for example. Monster Hunter level 1 with a completed level 4 and level 7 talent allows you to take the boss so quickly, it's kind of crazy. There's other heroes that also fall into that niche Greymane, and his increased popularity as of late allows you to take the bosses too. But these heroes have already been played or banned, so they don't play a role here. And that makes a huge difference right now for this setup. Makes it a little more old school, but Hammer is sieging up here, and she is the only range damage, so that's still a thing. Only range damage for the game. By the way, the Reverberation is now in, so that's what we have right now. Really targeting Hammer with this a little bit, going for give him the axe here. So not going for the second clap that would allow you later on in the game to get more sustainability. through your extra heals that you get with the healing static combo. But now that level 7 is in, we got the Hover Siege mode. And the first tribute, by the way, has already been taken. So first tribute is already in their hands. Up at the top, Lunara was taken out, as we have down here the fight over the fort. And so far, he tries to get a couple of storm bolts at least connected and a little bit of damage done, but you can see the problem. Structures are zoned out and taken apart, and, well, good luck dealing with that. That thing is gonna fall. Banana H is making it happen. And there's that. So an easy one for them. Middle of the map, bit of a gank attempt. Yeah, the tether is in. Blade is, of course, waiting to get the jet propulsion and misses it completely. Yeah, I think he's been sitting in that bunker a little bit too long and drinking the beer storage or something. That jet propulsion didn't really hit home. So there's that. Same time now, bottom of the map. That's where they're currently starting to set the attack up. Sven comes in. Rest of the team is already securing the spot. Choke point over here so that nobody can funnel through because they already claimed the tribute, so that's not a problem for them anymore. But that gives them a 2-0 lead on tributes, and I don't know what to say, guys, but this third game is going incredibly well for Team HasuObs. Looking fairly strong here. Good control for them right now. Level 10 abilities are, of course, going to shake things up again. But for now, slight lead in experience, have taken the fort down, top side rotation, where Blaze goes down. And at the bottom of the map still, yeah, Sven is running away. Over here, Hammer is already rushing topside, a little bit more attack again as Wit was trying to come in. The Wisp is holding the wall though, so it's a kill for a kill at this point. Yeah, bottom of the map, Sonya has to actually deal with the Siege Giants. But there's the Tribute spawn. It's a 5 vs 5 on the map. The problem is the level 10. And the last kill against Blaze just gave them a bit of experience that might actually lead to them grabbing the level 10 ability just in time, because now everybody is starting to move in here. Sonya's still at the bottom trying to get the remaining experience that they need. But here comes the move. They're starting to go in. Level 10 abilities are there. And that gives us this time, by the way, bunker. We also have leap, so no range poke. A little bit of fade on that aggression of Maiev, Blaze and Garrosh. So jumping around them is something that can definitely make work. Here comes the attack. There's the Stormbolt. And off we go. Yep, the Wolf is out, and Knight is lining them up and getting the BFG through. Nicely done here. Yeah, great job with 80 HP, and he is actually getting out. Yeah, but the tribute is claimed. So Team QuackNiix is able to take the tribute. Good for them. That would have been a really fast curse if that hits them. So, yep. I still can't get over that last game, if I'm honest with you. Like, that lead on Doom of the Spider Queen was probably one of the most intense, one of the biggest leads that I've ever seen on that map. And yeah, they just won it too much too quickly and threw it away with both hands. So that was insane. But anyways, again, focus on game 3. Here's the attack towards HasuObs now. Yeah, Copenhagen! Body block, but they can't get him. Maiev and Sonya, they both go for the camp. Next tribute is now spawning at the bottom of the map. And everybody is slowly starting the rotation over here. Trying to make that play. And should be able to get in position a bit first even. Well, here he is. About to spawn. Ults are nearly all ready. There's actually a couple that are down. First of all, Wrath of the Berserker isn't ready. Neither is Earthquake. And the cage is missing too. So there's definitely some cause to be concerned, especially with HasuObs now having a very good position here. Maiev even anchoring that a little bit. Sonya moved in for just a moment. There's the stun. It's still a protect the hammer setup that they're running here. Damage is coming. Can they get a little bit more? They're trying. The hits in against QuackNiix, zoning him out again. Good hits. Yeah, push them back here. Quark needs to be very careful. Lunara is not blessed with a high hit point pool. She doesn't really have a lot of HP. So, huge problem for her. Here comes the attack. Again, the tether, the cage, and the BFG. The bunker saving the day for the red team, at least for a second. Wit again incredibly low, and HasuObs still standing and just wailing away on Hammer. The kill against Maiev, against Thrall, the curse against the blue team. Already losing HP. Down here as we speak on that wall, and now the spread out from Team HasuObs onto the lanes as they're trying to catch the experience of these lanes. And of course, in addition to that, also starting to take a couple of structures with the help of these minions that are pushing in. So the rotation comes in towards the top. As they're catching the experience points here. A little bit of aggression against Lunara in the middle as she gets wrecked as well. Dancing out a little bit too far. Should have probably stayed a bit farther home. Stay in the forest, baby. Believe me. It's just better for you. It's better for you. So, down goes the fort. The momentum is there. Once again, HasuObs and his team. 3 kills against 2 and they take the structures down. Fort on all lanes are going to be destroyed here. One at the top goes down. They're trying to catch Muradin. Not quite, but the siege giants are theirs. Bosses have not been taken yet either. Have been on the map for nearly 5 minutes. Yeah, that was nasty. If he gets caught by that taunt, whew, that's potentially a kill. Okay, so once again, 7-sided. Hop, little dwarf, hop, but guess who can hop too? Banana H with his Kerosene. Thankfully for Muradin, he still had a Stormbolt that he could connect and lock him down. But the result is pretty much the same. You're looking at only 4 remaining. Hello? I'm not so sure if I would let those siege giants sit there. Like, wait, what? I get the idea that you want to go for boss, but I would be a little bit worried that those siege giants would do damage to my keep. So yeah, Thrall is the one that moves back for them. Okay. I mean, I guess he prevents the worst. They didn't really take too much damage. Alright, so Thrall gets this. Okay, fair enough. Get Anduin over. He doesn't do too much here either. Play it safe around the boss, and once that you're sure that you're gonna get him, send Thrall back so that he defends. It took a bit of damage. Again, it's not a lot. I mean, yeah, has taken a bit. You can deal with that. The problem is you need to deal with the boss that moves in now as well. That's probably the bigger issue. Yeah, that boss moving in is more of a concern, and that's where the entire 5-man is already working at it. I'm not sure if the boss is really going to be able to get keep. Actually, I'm pretty sure that it's not going to be able to do that. It's just too early in the game. 11 minutes in, it doesn't do enough damage yet. But it's gonna... Well, Sonya's down at the bottom, but still, this is a bit more important here right now. Okay, that's a lot of damage that he got. More than I expected. After Sonya is now annihilated, here's the move down to the bottom of the map now as they're opening up the wall again. But yeah, that top move, moving everybody away from that, a bit questionable. There's a lot more damage that I think should have received. The problem that I have is that there could be just a move top side eventually and take that down. It's a little bit too easy right now with it having no HP. And the wall already opened up, so really big structural advantage now for HasuObs and his team. Now, they had a lot of these advantages already earlier, so this isn't set in stone, but they're looking good right now. Siege Giants are in as well. Giant Killer is in as well for the damage. And let's have a little bit of a quick look at that setup. 4 against 2 in terms of the kills. Damage output should spike soon enough for Sergeant Hammer. 38,000 for her already. I mean, yeah, it's going to spike even more now because of the Giant Killer, but she is already incredibly ahead. Let's go. Yeah. 16 talents again. Big lead, right? 16 talents in their hands. And here we go. That's more or less, I mean, if not a free keep, then at least a little bit of free damage. And you can tell how hesitant everybody on the blue team is because they really don't want to fight this. Not against 16 talents. You don't want to go in against it, but you kind of have to at least posture around a little bit or they're going to be in trouble. So, yep, there's that. And here we go. Rotation up towards the middle. We attempt to make something work. But, yep. Can we do a little bit more? No, not yet. Bosses. Bosses up! That's a bit of a... I mean, with the bosses up, honestly, that's one of the moments where you have to be a little bit careful. Because... Oh, actually, I thought they were spawning... Oh, sorry. I thought they were spawning under 1 minute. Okay, so, my bad. I thought they were back in under 1 minute, so after this fight, if you take the tribute, you can go for the boss in theory. But yeah, so they're a little bit farther out than I expected. The kill against Lunara, on the other hand, is imminent. And there's going to be a lot more. Bunker again, absolutely saving the day for them, at least initially. And HasuObs is just shelling away from the back, getting mad damage out. But we have a couple of the red team's heroes, also incredibly low, Maiev in particular, and she's about to fall. Scott goes down. The counter kill against Sonya, though. Nicely played. And that's a hit against Copenhagen. He tries to keep himself alive with the Ancestral Wrath a little bit longer. But another kill. 4 kills in total. And that keeps up for the taking now. Right now, they can easily go for keeps if they want them. Top keep, for example, is an easy push. Can go for the Siege Giants here too if they want to be on the safe side. So that's not going to be a problem at all. Easy plays right there. Murden is also the only man that can still try and make a play here. 19 stacks. Hasn't even completed his level 1 yet, or his baseline. So that's unfortunate for him. But that keep is a goner. I mean, in an ideal world, they would have enough time to just move down to the bottom of the map and make the same play there again. They have that on 50% HP already. But, yeah. Hammer's damage, 63,000, yeah. Look at that spike. How much is that? 25,000 extra damage after the last time we checked? So, mainly through one team fight. Giant Kid Eye is insane in that setup. It's absolutely insane. So, yeah. Okay. Over towards the... Alright, another camp taken. This is one of those games where you really feel the entire time that one team is more or less in control, and you just wait for them to throw it. I honestly have nightmares from the last map. It's just like one of these things. I can't feel safe anymore. I'm just sitting there the entire time and wait for the moment when QuackNiix and his boys just fired up, turn up the heat a little bit, and come in, swing, and get a kill, get 2, and it spirals out of control for Team HasuObs again. Quack is known for these crazy calls, so they could make it happen. But honestly, these bunkers are just wrecking them. If you ever wondered why Bunker is the better talent in this game, this is the reason. Have you seen the last 3 team fights? Every single time, it's Bunker that makes it happen. Nice attempt at a turn against Karazim, but didn't work out. Muradin, the only one that hasn't died yet on the blue team. And then now the fort, or the keep at the bottom of the map is also going to die. Talking about destruction. That's nuts. I mean, again, that is a big push. Top lane is also pushing, so catapults are soon arriving at the core. They're going for boss, actually. They're not even pushing with this. They could have gotten the keep there for more or less free, but they're saying, hey, guys, why would we go for keep if we can go for game now? Keep is gonna fall anyways. Don't care about the keep, just care about the core. It's 20 against 17. We're in a perfect position to end the game here. They still have 2 heroes that are missing. They will just be back in time to try and defend. But good luck with that if you have a boss 16 minutes in pushing with the rest of the team. Now, the one saving grace is that the boss isn't here yet. So they need to buy themselves a little bit more time. But off we go. Yeah, there's another big push. And the kill against Muradin. Lunara explodes mid-air. Sven is down too. And that's game. That's game. That is unthrowable at this point anymore. This is it. Shields are down. Team HasuObs, they take the victory in Group B against Team QuackNiix here at Meta Madness. Nicely done. Very dominant performance on Cursed Hollow. GG and well played. 14 kills to 3.